video doing the restore on my 1988 one-ton Chevrolet. I have it mostly torn apart here. I did have all brand new front end suspension parts. It just sat because the throwout bearing was bad after I put the new motor in it. And finally got that going. The only thing I have to do is body work. So I'm gonna bring you guys along for the journey of doing all the body work to this. I got one I stripped and power washed, and then I got another fender in here that is all body worked and wet sanded. I still got some fixing up, I should say, to do on certain parts, but all in general, this fender's pretty much ready to be done and put on the truck. So all in all, I've had this truck for about 10 years now. It's my grandfather's truck. I think I've done some videos on it before, but it was a stock plow truck. I still have the original sale ticket from the local dealership from when the city bought it, and then my grandpa bought it after him, or after the city. But I put a lift kit in it and a bunch of mechanical stuff. I did all the body work. I was like 15 and 16, which is now coming off. It had wheels. The frame was all undercoated. The shocks are actually brand new. They only have like 100 miles on them, if that. And then all new suspension work, and then it sat for like 3 more years. The rings went bad on the old motor. It only has 120,000. The rings went bad on the old motor, and I found another one, put it in there, put some headers on it, and cleaned it up a little bit. I'll be doing more work with that too eventually. The rockers, cab corners, all clean. And there's a little bit of rust here and there. This fender is an original, and this one got rusted out. I drove it one winter and that was it. I'll be welding in patches on these holes, doing some interior work. It's gonna be a good video. Pretty much just want to make this video to do like an intro to it. It's gonna need a lot of cleanup work. It's been sitting for so long. It starts, runs and drives, not low miles. 4-speed, 3-speed if you don't count low. Yeah. Chevy door. All in all, it's gonna need full body work, wheels and tires, and all the interior work done. But I'm gonna make a build series out of it. It's gonna take me a while. It took me 4 days to do one fender. This fender that I'm working on now is probably gonna take me about 3 or 4 days. And then the box and everything, I'm gonna flip the box over and undercoat it, and do the undercoating or the bed liner inside. And it's gonna be, let's see if I can find it. It's gonna be like that factory blue, but brighter. This is old, but other than that, that's it. I'll probably body work on the cab and that fender. I'm gonna pull the doors off, and I'm gonna do some sandblast out some smaller parts, and get the new tires that I have for it put on so it is better. It's they don't lose the air thing because that one's already flat. Then I have Dad's 91 Geo Tracker. I did rockers on this side. I color matched them. It's got some like 8 wide wheels. This one only has 87,000 original miles. I still have to do the other rocker, so we'll do a video on that one too, and then some other little mods to it. I want to get different wheels and install some white capped KC lights on the front and restore the top. The top's pretty new, but it's just filthy. And then I have a trip coming up at the end of this week that I'm going to Pennsylvania. I'm picking up my '04 Silverado for my in-laws, and that one is going to be a whole, almost frame off, you could say, because it's going to get a 5 and 7 inch drop, and wheels and tires, probably a bag kit, and then we're going to be doing a build series on the motor because I want to make around 500 horsepower NA on it, and that one will be a whole thing too. So I'm gonna start sanding on this fender a little bit. I have a couple other cars too that I'm gonna be doing a couple build series on. 84 Cutlass and a 84 Chrysler, which that one will be after I get back from my trip, which I'll also vlog that too. I'll do a video on that. That one I'm waiting for an injector on. We'll be starting body work on this fender. Just picking up where I left off. I just got the, see what I have. Well, I got this. Fucking Hornet. I'm just gonna start with the medium. Usually I get like the variety pack with starting from more aggressive to less, but I guess I'll have to do to start getting the paint off of it. Can't even see me. There. Yeah, we're gonna start sanding all that off. So that's the original blue color, was that little bit. And I'm gonna try to get close to that. So I did the first layer of sanding, and that's gonna be a lot of work. My last one had like, the other fender had like 5 layers of spray paint on it. This one has spray paint, primer, and factory paint. I'm trying to at least get down to the factory paint because that would be smoother, but I'll see what I can do, I guess. Let's see. This one's still got some life in it. I'm gonna keep going on this and I'll come back and talk to you guys. Alright. My hands are covered now. Pretty much I've went through, I can feel it everywhere. But all this that's darker blue, this needs to come down, and so does this primer. And everything else that's lighter blue is all smooth. So I'm gonna keep going. I got to about here. I'm just doing a little bit. I'm gonna have a little bit of a little dent to pound back and probably use Bondo glass because I hate regular Bondo. If you're gonna use any type of filler, use glazing putty or Bondo glass because that has fiberglass in it and it won't break as easy. Getting even farther with it. Now it's relatively smooth. I'm gonna hit it with some glazing putty like right here, and fucking hornets everywhere, dude. Oh, right here. Dude, get the fuck away from me. God damn. Back to what I was doing. And then my favorite part to sand is this fucking body line here. It sucks every time. See, I got a little denting here. There's a little pit in here. I still need to sand out. You can just see where it's uneven in the spot. I have a block sanding kit. I'm gonna glaze this, block sand it, probably filler primer, and then wet sand all that out. But it's gonna be a long time. I need to go from all of this. Like I said, my last fender took me 3 or 4 days. So I might pick up more when I'm got like all this sanded, and then yeah, ready to be primed and blocked. But that's the end of the video, I think, for right now, guys. Next video will probably be finishing that fender and starting on this whole side right here. I'll probably have that pretty well sanded down. I tried paint stripper, it didn't really work for it. I'm gonna find something better. Maybe I could just take the door off and paint strip the whole thing, because like it took some of it off, but unless you had a full like goop on there like this, it ain't taking much off. So that's it for the video, guys. I'll have the next video up probably within a couple days. Otherwise, I'll record my trip to go get something special.